Welcome to your daily focus for August the 16th, 2017. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. And I send that energy right back to you. Well, let's see what the energy will be for us today. My printer's going crazy for some reason. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is our card. Well, look at that. Okay, it's like those wands are all aimed in a certain direction, all with new growth potential. Now, what I got right away is we're trying to do too much at once, or we're trying to prove ourselves that we don't need to prove ourselves in. We need to focus on our path forward. We need to prove only to ourselves what we can do. Don't let ego take over. Don't try and prove yourself. Don't try and take on more responsibility than you can, because it's very true here that we need to focus on exactly what our dreams, our goals are, our potential, our hopes, our desires. The Chariot is back in the middle position. Pull back on those reins. Understand where you truly want to go. Bring in the balance in your life. What is causing an imbalance? I see that dark horse more than the white horse. So I think we have to look at the uglier parts of ourselves today, so to speak. We have to look at where we anger easily, or where we get jealous, or where we start to compete even in our own minds against another. Some people do that on the highway. You're driving, and all of a sudden this car has got to pass you. I mean, it has become their own mission in life, and it's a competition in their mind. Ten of Swords. But once again, now these swords are in our back, and in many of my decks, the swords are not in our backs. They're behind us. They're our shield of strength, but not with this artist's perception. This artist has those swords in our back. So we could feel pretty beaten up today. We could feel like we can't do this. We don't have the knowledge. We don't have the time. We don't have the patience. We don't have the energy. We don't have the skill. We don't have the determination. We don't have the discipline. We don't have the right people backing us. We don't have the right people standing beside us. Once again, there's no blood. So it's our reality. It's the way we're looking at the situation. It's the way that we are perceiving what is pulled us down. Could possibly be the thing that illuminates us, that transforms us, that moves us forward, if we allow it. If we allow the lesson, the wisdom to sink in, rather than looking at what is pulling us down, what is weighing us down, what is, here we are, tens are good, because 10 says we are over the hardships. But if we can't move past the actual feelings or the emotions of that hardship, and we don't latch ourselves onto the wisdom and the strength that we, in the empowerment that we gained from those challenges, from that chaos, from that stress, from that restlessness, from that sadness, then we will lay there and we will lick our wounds and we'll say, poor me. So how are you looking at past challenges in your life, or the challenges that may be on the horizon? Because we do start with the Eight of Wands here, but I think it's more of our belief in ourselves and looking at our lives in how it allowed us to grow, how it allowed us to mature, how it allowed us to empower ourselves, strengthen ourselves, know what we're capable of. We would all like those beautiful days where, and the moon's in Gemini, so it should be this light, airy feeling about us, and we just want knowledge, and we want to learn, and we want to communicate, and communication is probably a very big component in today. But I think it's communication with ourselves more than it is with others. We are in between eclipses. We are ready to, or we are preparing ourselves to be ready to plant new seeds. With new seeds comes the new expectation of what can be. When you plant a garden, you don't put the seed in the ground and imagine the seed being the garden. You imagine the fully grown plant. Maybe it has vegetables hanging off it. Maybe it's got tomatoes hanging on it, or eggplants, or pumpkins, or maybe it's just beautiful flowers. Maybe it's just foliage. But you see the mature, you see the end result. Eight of Wands, we're definitely aiming towards, I get this almost like a Sag kind of energy, where we are putting those wands in our bow and we are pulling back and we are shooting them forward, exactly where we want to go. And maybe they won't hit the mark, but they'll come close enough. If we focus on our forward movement. And today is not the day to compete with others. Today is not the day to stand there and pound your chest on how great you are. And wanting the recognition, or wanting other people to notice, or wanting people to pay attention to what you have to say or do, or this is recognizing where you start to get competing with somebody else, or trying to show somebody else what you're capable of. The only person you need to prove that to is you. And we start trying to prove it to other people, we are in essence trying to make them feel less and make ourselves feel more. And we're not. Nobody is better than or worse than. And sometimes it's hard to see somebody else and realize their potential because we're so worried about our potential. We've already got the potential. So we need to use it in a forward motion. We can't be using it to say, I can't do it because. Look what I've been through. Look what I had to accomplish. Where has it gotten me? It's gotten me here. Instead of having that forward thinking of where it's going to lead you. And it's not going to be here. This too shall pass. Another thing that can happen, because I'm kind of getting this argumentative or this show-off kind of energy around us today, that, we can make enemies quite easily when we do that. We don't want those to be daggers in our back. People trying to actually stop us from reaching a goal, reaching a dream, reaching a desire, because they become jealous of our talents and our abilities. Let's get an affirmation card here through the Good Tarot. So I think it's very strong energy today. I think we really need to pay attention to what pulls us off our path, what angers us, where we need to feel like we have to prove ourselves in some way, and understand what is triggering that, so that you don't need to prove yourself to anybody. You just need to focus on your path forward and put your energy there rather than somewhere else. The Chariot, oftentimes our energy is pulled into other people's drama, but it could be drama that we actually create by standing there and pounding our chest today. So today is the day to be a little humble. And it's not going to be the energy around us to be humble. It's not going to be the energy at all. So we have to be very conscious of our words, of our actions, of what we are really trying to accomplish when we say certain things, when we do certain things. And understand, because usually when we're standing there, we're trying to pound our chest, it's to hide a weakness. And when we discover that weakness, it loses its empowerment over us. The Four of Fires. Fours are very much about security and being grounded. We have four lanterns hanging over us. We sit there and we play a flute. I want to read her affirmation. It's a creative phase. It's celebration. It's pleasure and harmony in relationship. Dancers have partners. Singers have musicians helping them create sweet music. We've just had this, haven't we? Or did I just have it in somebody else's reading? I've just been over this one. And I find others who are in sync with me and my desires. It's a time for celebrating friendship and that all others bring to my life. It's a time for relishing in the pleasures of being in good company. Making magic together with others is the focus at this time. So we don't want to be the king of the castle. Anybody play that game when they were little? Where where I grew up, it was a snowbank usually. We made a huge mountain, or the plows made a huge mountain of snow. And then as kids, we'd climb the mountain and we'd push each other off the mountain. I'm the king of the hill. I'm the king of the mountain. This is a time to work in harmony with like-minded people and not try and stand above them. Not try and be the best, try and be the strongest, the most competent, the most capable, but working collectively with others. So maybe that is where the whole communication thing comes in, because we are working together, we are communicating, we are brainstorming. We are growing the same dream in different ways, and how we play a part in the dream. So today I find others who are in sync with me. Today, I find time to celebrate others and with others. Today, I am making magic together with others. Today, I am relishing in the good companionship and company I have with others. And a higher intuition card. So the first deck was the Witch's Tarot Companion. The second deck is the Good Tarot. And the third deck that I'm using here is Higher Intuitions. The owl's back again with wisdom. The owl went disappearing on us for a while, but he's making his presence known now, isn't he? With second sight, magic, secrets, truth, and wisdom. A wise old owl lived in an oak. The more he saw, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Why can't we all be like that wise old bird? If owl has arrived in your reading, it symbolizes the wisdom that you have, which spans your earthly years. Those who you come in contact with may be drawn to you for sage advice, your second sight, your keen ability to keep secrets. You can sense the truth and untruth in people and in situations, though you don't always follow through on your gut instincts. Owl tells you that you are interpreting the signs correctly and believe in your psychic abilities, which are a gift. They're not a curse, they are a gift. Absolutely they are. Owl can also mean that someone is keeping a secret from you or being untruthful. And this is not you being overly sensitive. Follow through on the feelings you have with your second sight. For if you don't, you may indeed regret it later on. So once again, we get that message of if it feels right, chances are it's right. And if it feels wrong, we really need to turn around and go in the other direction. To trust our intuition, to trust our higher wisdom. And to put the focus on, we have to ask ourselves today, when we are in situations, does this bring value to my life? Does this bring happiness to my life? Does this bring peace of mind to my life? We need to tap into our wisdom. We need to trust our intuition. We need to concentrate on ourselves and our dreams and our goals. And no, it is not a day to prove yourself to another. It's a day to understand where those triggers are in our life, where we go along this path and all of a sudden it's like we have to prove ourselves. We have to stand tall and push other people off the top of that hill. Don't play into that energy today. Be humble. Get together with like-minded people and grow your dreams. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.